So we're moving to February with my art journal. And the first week I did this piece which says you'll never know your strength until you face your fear. And the panther on the right side is represents the strength that is in a person. That week, I the artwork for an album cover for him, and the song has the word Panther in its lyrics, and it's rather important there. So I thought about panthers, what they represent, and how we humans feel about them a lot that week. So I decided to make an art journal piece about that. The greenish color represents the jungle or the wild world that surrounds us, and those stencils here um, are they were new, and I did use them for the first time, and I'm not extremely happy with them on the page, but it's okay. I might use them later in some other pieces. The Panther is made with my Copic markers, and I'd have to say I really like them. They blend very well on acrylic paper, so I really liked working with them. The next piece of the second week was the week of Valentine, but for my husband and I, it was our 6 years anniversary earlier that week. So we met at a company where I worked and scheduled an interview for him, and that call that usually just takes something like 10 minutes took 2 hours for us because we just kept talking. So this light and comic stylish work here shows the moment of impact that happened on that day during that call. And the figures on the left are also done with the Copic markers, and I kept them kind of childish, innocent, and clean because it represents the innocence and kind of like dream world like moment, things, situation when you meet somebody and you start a new relationship with a clean slate. The third week, I did a piece about our own demons that we have in our souls, and I'm very sure that we create our own demons, which is like a devil's circle, because this is what we fear the most in our personalities. Everybody has a different demon, and earlier in our lives, at some point, we created those demons. They weren't always there. Something might have happened to a person, a tragic loss, or somebody hurt them, or they were in a situation where they really just feared something and can't handle that kind of a situation anymore. And the funny thing is that we usually have the key to getting rid of those demons in ourselves as well. And it's tragic, or it's for most people it's tragic, but it's really hard for pretty much everybody to figure out how to use that key to get rid of those demons. And usually it's a longer process. So the ugly, almost like children book kind of monster on the right side represents exactly that ugly demon. And the girl, I don't know if you can see it in the video, is knitting a scarf, and that scarf blends into the monster. So this is the creation of our demons in our personality. I did keep the background rather simple because I found that the monster is so prominent that it would otherwise just be too crowded on the page. So I just kept it very simple. The the monster is done with the Copic markers, while the background is done with acrylic colors. So it's very, very clean, very. This week, which is the last week of February, I did that piece which says "Suffering builds character." And this little guy there is carrying cardboard boxes and builds that face, which represents the character in this piece. So I think that very many people are shaped by the negative things that they experience in life rather than the positive ones. The positive ones are more like a constant layer, and the parts where we experience something bad builds the character on top of that layer. So the background is the happy layer, and the head is the character that our soul builds from negative experiences by learning how to deal with it and how to make something good of it. So the face is not the ugly part here, it's just a way to cope and to form your character by dealing with whatever happened to you. It could be anything that you had to work on with your mind, soul, personality. It's not one distinct thing. So the cardboard boxes represent the things that happen to us during our lifespan that do build the character in the end. So that phase, that piece was that. I have to say the February edition is a little darker and a little more serious topic-wise, but that is just because I had a couple of occasions this month where I had to remember the not so happy parts of my life and how I dealt with them in order to help somebody overcoming something, or just telling them my experience in order to make them, well, not feel better, but know that there is always a time where it really gets better. So that was that, and I'm curious about how the March edition will be, if it's gonna be more like the January pod, which is more lighter topics, or if this streak here continues. So thank you very much for watching. I very much appreciate that, and I hope to see you next month, and see you with a new edition of my art journal then.